So this is a workflow that is going to run my agent. I have these tools mapped out here. So I have a Google Sheet, which is this Google Sheet that is containing my data that I want to analyze for this specific day. Then I'm transforming the data from the Google Sheet into a JSON object, and that object is going to be one variable, so it will be easier for DeepSeek AI to analyze the data as a whole instead of going through each row. Then after getting my content, DeepSeek is going to generate content in Markdown, and we need to take this content to Google document, which is now going to be our report or the report of the analysis. But because Markdown is not good for these Google Docs, we need to convert that into HTML, which is readable, more readable, or appealing to the eye. That's why I'm using this transformer to just transform the Markdown into HTML. Then I'll take my data now to the Google Sheet, and here we have the sales report. So after generating the sheet, we need to send the link to the user so that the user will just click on the link and will be able to access the analysis report. So this is an example of a shop, selling electronics, and we want to see the performance of each product that was sold that day. And we have per region. So we have the category, we have the category of the products being sold in the shop, we have the product itself, units sold, and total sales. So the unit price and the total sales, of course. Then we have the date and the order number here. So the report that we are going to get looks like this. We have key insights, total revenues generated from the 50 transactions is indicated there. The top category by revenue is indicated there. So driven by high ticket items like gaming, laptops, and desktop PCs. And then the regional performance, we have the West region and the North region. Then we have high value transactions also indicated there. So these are the key insights. Then the notable trends and anomalies, high quantity, low revenue accessories. So flash drives and HDMI cables sold 10 units each, but contributed only 120. So we have premium products demand. So the West region purchased high value items, e.g. gaming laptops and desktops, but in low quantities. Then we have underperformance in the South, that is indicated there. Then we have also the top 5 best-selling products by quantity being indicated. We have the flash drives, HDMI cables, smartphone case, cable organizers, and wireless chargers. Then we have the sales breakdown by region and by category, percentages, and the total revenue. Then we have actionable recommendations. So optimize the South region sales, that is the recommendation by our AI. Introduce targeted promotions for premium items like smartwatches and webcams. Then leverage West region's premium spending. So all your report is here. So this is just a simple agent, but you can make it more complex or sophisticated so that you'll be able to get the best results. For example, we can include generation of maybe charts or graphs to show the visual analysis in terms of images. So that is it. In case you have make.com work for me, you can reach out even through the comment section, ask me for my WhatsApp number, then I'll be able to send it to you. Then we can work. I can deliver my services from as low as $10. So I'll now go ahead and show you how to set up this workflow or this agent. So inside make.com, I'll create a new scenario. I'll give it a name here so that my work stays organized. I'll call it sales data analysis. Like that. Then I'll include my first module, which is going to be getting the data from Google Sheets. So this is my data. I can zoom this so that it's much visible to you. As I said earlier, this is a shop like selling electronics, and we have different types of electronics here. So you can search for Google Sheets if it's not appearing in the list, but it's here for me, so I'll just click on that. And what I want is to get rows. I actually want to search rows, and I'll use this advanced method. So I'll click on that. Then this is going to ask me for a connection. I already have a connection here. So if you don't have any, then you'll click on add. Then I will leave everything the way it is, but just come to the spreadsheet ID. Click on that. Then I'll choose my spreadsheet. So the name of my spreadsheet is sales data. So I can as well search for that because I have quite a number of spreadsheets. So it's this one here. Then I need a query that is going to select everything. You've been instructed here to use Google Charts query. And the query I'm going to use is select all. So select all. Just type here select in caps or capital letters, then asterisk, like that. I need to select the Google Sheets that I have within my the sheets within my Google Sheet. I only have one, and you can see that is what is available in the drop down. So select that, then save. So I can test this by running this module only. And you can see there is data that is coming in. Output, we have bundles of data. See all this. So we have like 50 items, bundles of data being displayed here. So those are the items that we have in our list. So if I scroll down, let me just zoom back. You can see we have up to ID 51. One is for the title, the header. So we have 50 records, and we have all of them, being fetched here. So the next step is getting this data to an AI model. And because I'm using DeepSeek, I'll need to connect that. But because we have like 50 records here, we need to find a way of combining these into a JSON file so that we just send it as one variable to our AI, and then the AI will be able to analyze the data as a whole and give us the report that we want. So to achieve that, I'm going to use an array aggregator. So the array aggregator is going to combine our data into one JSON variable, and we are going to refer to that variable when we send this data to DeepSeek AI. So I'll just search for array aggregator, which is this one here. So I'll click on that. Then the type remains the same, but we need to select the items that we want to go to. We want to combine. So if you look at your Google Sheet, we have A2, then we have B2, C2, all that. A, B, C, like that, up to 50. So if you look at this, we have quite options here, a number of options. We have the bundle order position, we have the order ID, we have date and all that. So we are only interested in order ID, date, region, product, category, quantity, unit price, and total. So that is what we are going to select. So order ID, region, product, category, quantity, unit price, and total. Then we save. Let me just drag this to the far left. So we now need to add DeepSeek here. Let me try to run and you'll see the error that's going to come. Array aggregator, a transformation should be should not end, or should not be the last module in the route. So we need to add something else here. So that is where we are going to bring in DeepSeek. So I'll just click on this and search for DeepSeek, which is this one here. Then we are going to use the chart completion. That is the module that we are going to use from DeepSeek. So click on that. I have an existing connection. If I don't have one, this is actually a paid module. It's not going to be free. So, but I only deposited like $5 and I've been using that for a very long time. So you can just test it out. So if I search for DeepSeek.com, okay, DeepSeek.com. Okay, let me just search as a text, not a URL or a link. DeepSeek login. I click on this. It's not actually taking me to my account profile. Okay, let's try to get to DeepSeek user management or user dashboard. No, DeepSeek profile should be this one, DeepSeek platform. Yeah, here. So I deposited like $5 a few days ago, more than a week ago, and I've been using to test. And you can see I have only spent like 0.03 USD. So it's not that expensive. It's very affordable. So what you will do is just click on API keys, then you create a new API key, you give it a name, then you copy that API key, then come here, add, and you paste it there, and you'll save. So the model that I'm going to use is the reasoner, and I need to add the messages here that I'll be sending to DeepSeek so that it will be able to generate the necessary feedback. So the prompts, it provides us with the role as a system, then as a user or an assistant. So we want to tell DeepSeek to act as a system that does something for us, and I have prepared my prompt or the instructions for the system. I'll just paste it there and read it out loud. So what I want DeepSeek to do for me is this. You are a professional business analyst. Analyze the JSON sales data provided by the user. Generate a clear, concise report focusing on the key insights, trends, anomalies, and actionable business recommendations. Do not include any data or URL charts. Be generated separately. Yeah. So that is the instructions for the system. I'll add another role here now as the user of the system. And I also have the content prepared. So I'll just copy that prompt and paste it here, then read it out loud. So here is sales data in JSON format. So you have to include the JSON here. It has to be green, so I'll remove it and now take this array that I have transformed into JSON like that and paste it there. So it's going to refer to this data. Please provide key insights from the sales data, then any notable trends or anomalies, the top 5 best-selling products by quantity, breakdown of sales by region and by product category, 3 actionable business recommendations based on this data. So that is what DeepSeek is going to do for us or do for the user. So I'll go ahead and save, and I will test the workflow. So I'll just run it once, fetching the data, transform the data, then it's now sent it to DeepSeek, and DeepSeek is analyzing and generating the feedback. So let's give it a few seconds to do that for us. So it's gonna take almost a minute. We just give it a few seconds. Just be patient and see how this is going to turn out. Because we have quite a number of activities to be done by DeepSeek based on the instructions that we have given in the prompt. I think it's done. So if I click on this, I should be able to see the feedback. So there's input and there is output, and the result is a long string. So this string is in a language known as Markdown, and that's why you can see these stars. I'm just trying to zoom. Asterisk, so it represents some HTML element. See this? All the feedback is there. Now we need to convert this into HTML so that we are able now to take this to the Google Doc or Docs, then it will look nice or readable. So I'll just zoom back and yeah, drag it there. So the next thing is get the Markdown converter. So I'll just click on that and search for Markdown. And we want to convert the Markdown to HTML. So I'll do that. Click on this one here. And here we need the text that we need to, convert. We need that string. So this is the data from DeepSeek. We are interested with the result, so you just click on this result and it's going to take that variable. Then we save. I think if we run these ones, it's going to complain. We need to add another module because this Markdown is a transformer, just like this array aggregator. So that is where I'll bring in Google Docs. So I'll just click on that and search for Google Docs, like that. And I want to create a new document, so I'll click on a new document. The document name, you can make this dynamic by passing a variable date or today's date, but I'll just call it data. And okay, let me call it sales data report, sales data analysis report, or you call it daily. Okay, let's make it a bit descriptive. Okay, daily sales data analysis report, like that. Then the content that we need to push there should be an HTML. So content, first of all, because the result that we are going to get from Markdown converter is not going to have the HTML tag, opening tag, and the body tags. So I have that prepared. I'll just copy and paste it there. Then mention our variable. So we have the opening tag for HTML. You can quickly generate this using ChatGPT. Then I have some minor styling for the body and the H3 and an ordered list and all ordered lists. You can generate that from ChatGPT. So I'll need to close the header tag. It's closed already, so I need the body tag. So for the body tag, you'll just write something like this. Then make this body. Same here, body. Then inside the body, I need now to take the result that I'm getting from Markdown, which is this HTML, and render it there. So that's what I'm going to do. Just click on that. Then I need to close the HTML tag, the parent HTML tag. Then I'll get my drive, so I'll just leave it there. I'll choose a folder. There is a folder known as make.com on my Google Drive, so I'll choose that and I'll save. Now I'm going to test. This is also going to take time here. That is for the DeepSeek section only, but some Markdown is going to be very fast, and even creating the Google Doc is going to be fast, so be patient with that. but it's going to be less than a minute, so just be patient a little. It's almost done. We're almost there. Just be patient. I think DeepSeek is quite slow. If it was ChatGPT, could have received the results already. Or maybe the package that I'm using, the cheapest package is slow. So that's why it's taking time to generate the results for us. This really took a lot of time, unlike the previous. Yeah, it's done now. It's generating the Google Doc, and the Google Doc should be ready. So if I click on this and go through the results, we have our input and we have the output here. We have the web link of our document. So if I copy this and access from the browser, here we have our report, and it's indicating the date, which is that date, like today's date being indicated in here, the date of the sales. So we now need to share this to the end user, like through the email. So I'm just going to use Gmail to do that. So I'll click on this and search for Gmail. Send an email. Then I need to connect. So I'll first add a recipient, and my email is going to be aluku hosting at gmail.com, but you can add any email here. It doesn't have to be Gmail email. Then I will add the subject, and the subject can be daily sales report sales analysis report. Sales analysis report. I hope that is correct English. Then the content is going to be simple. I'll just paste this here. Here is the link to the sales report, and I need to mention the link of the Google Doc. So it's a web view, this one. So I click on that and it will be added there. Then I'll save. So I'll just open that Gmail account. This is what I used for testing. I'll delete this. Okay. So we are going to wait for this to land here, but we need to run our scenario once again. So I'll just click on run once, and this is going to take time again, so you'll bear with me. But this is the last one we are doing, so we're going to get our end result here. It's slow, but if you're going to use this for normal production workflow, you may need to get a higher package, which is going to be faster. But again, you can still use this one, because if this report is going to be generated once in a day, then it's not going to be maybe crowded, because the one request is going to come into your workflow every day. So it can take its time to generate the report for you, or to do the analysis for you. So you're just going to be patient and wait for the result to land here. So the email that is going to send this information is the email that I used to create the connection, link my workflow. And I'm using my email, which is Forever Aluku, so that is what you expect to appear from the senders list inside my inbox. So right now my inbox is 5, but we are going to see it here. So let's just go back to the workflow and wait for our result. We are almost there. So next time I'll try to speed up my video here so that you don't have to wait for that long. I didn't have time to do the editing, so please bear with me. Yeah, it's done. So this is going to be quick. And email is sent. So let's check if we have a new email. Here we have it. So click on it and we have a message. So the user will just click on this and the user will be able to access the report. So as simple as that. Thank you for your patience. In case you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. In case you have any questions, you can do it in the comment section and I'll be able to help. Thank you so much again. See you in the next tutorial.